Hello, y'all. So, long time no see on this channel. I know it's been a long time, but I've been doing a lot of non-work from home over the past year, so that's why I really haven't been over here. Although, I guess I could have put the vlog channels over here with the DoorDash and the Uber Eats, but I think over here y'all are more comfortable with the actual physical location jobs, like the jobs that I work on site. Well, then again, I guess I could have put the Papa John's vlogs over here too. But I got one Papa John's video that I am going to put over here as well. But if you want to know about my experience working for Papa John's, honey, y'all go over to the Diva Wine channel. But this is about Amazon. So if you follow me on my vlog channel, you was already aware that I started working for Amazon. Actually, I think I put a video over here earlier as well. But I put it over there first on my vlog channel. So the process was like, it took about 6 weeks to even get a response. At this point, I thought they just, I've applied over 3 times in the past. They never accepted me. So I just assumed it was one of those, they didn't accept the girl again, honey. For whatever reason, Amazon wouldn't touch a girl. But I've done a work for Conduent. I did translations. For y'all that don't know, I do speak French. So I have done French customer service translations jobs. I've done sales for cable companies. I've worked third party through Apple. Once again, Conduent being one. Another one, I can't even mention the company. I ain't even end up doing a video for that one. And the list goes on and on. And I've done quite a few odd jobs, but now I'm with Amazon. So Amazon is paying $15 an hour, and it's part-time. For training, it's like 25, 30 hours a week. So our schedule in the Eastern Standard Time Zone is 9 in the morning to 3 o'clock in the afternoon, which is freaking perfect. I mean, I will say this, I've never had hours that comfortable before. Usually it would be like an all-day event. Like I've had hours from like 9 in the morning to 9 at night, 10 in the morning to 7 o'clock in the evening, or second shift 4 in the afternoon to like midnight, some mess like that. But 9 o'clock in the morning is not too early in the morning, and it's not too late in the afternoon. I was like, wow, now this is amazing. Now, of course, once I get out of training, you do got to, get a schedule, and it's prone to change. And then with me being on the holiday, I can go up to full time and can go up to overtime, which is going to be the goal for me, because the goal is to get out this tiny apartment that I'm in. So yeah, so even though right now the training hours are very reasonable, expect for you to get up to full time. But like I said, at $15 an hour, and then they are paying overtime, which is a pay and a half, honey, I'm not against it, honey. Give me all the overtime you want to give me. But like I said, at first I didn't think I got it, because it took me like 5 weeks to get a response, and then I started going through the steps. So, and I think I started including the emails right up and through here, the exchange that I gotten, and then so over the course of. Also, this is the hiring process of this is the emails that I've gotten. This is the emails I got. This is the emails that I got. So, as y'all can see, I had to do the background check. I had to do an I-9 form. And it moved along pretty swiftly. And then, like I said, my first date was the 18th. So I started getting these emails. The earliest one was September 29th, and then training was the 18th. So you're looking at about 19 days, about 3 weeks. So it took me about a couple months to get a response, because I applied way back in July. Yeah, it was around July-ish that I applied, end of July. And I received a response at the end of September. So 2 months. So about 2 months before I heard back. And I'm currently in my 3rd day of training. seeing those, getting the email exchanges and stuff, saying I can move forward. I had to do an assessment test, which it consisted of a series of personality questions and customer service questions to see, if you're more of a fit. Then we went through the I-9 verification process, which this one was hella easy. Although I thought, it was going to give me the blues. For whatever reason, whenever I do an I-9, stuff go haywire. I don't know what it is. And you would think it would be super easy in my case, considering that I don't have a record. Up until this year, I never had a ticket in my life. Now I can say that I got 2 traffic tickets. That's the only thing I ever had encounter with the police is 2 darn gone traffic tickets. And even a cop didn't even give me that. I got darn going cop with the darn gone flashing light when you pass the stoplight, whatnots. So never had no interaction with no cops, even in that regard. The darn going the flashlight got me, honey. Flashlight. Da, 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 da. But anyways, yeah, y'all. 6 weeks, didn't hear back from them. Finally heard back from them. Got the email exchanges, did my tests and stuff. And a girl was miraculously hired. And at first, I was nervous because it said military preferred. And I was like, well, shoot, come on now. Y'all gonna stop darn going overlooking us natives. It's like, the ad was in North Carolina, and I said, I'm going to take a chance on it. Even though they darn going denied me 3 times before, for whatever reason, I don't know. Something told me to go ahead and try again. I said, you know what? I might not be military, but darn it, I'm in Fayetteville. I'm a native here. Y'all want to give me an opportunity to. And sure enough, they did. So even if you see military preferred, honey, they will still put in your application. So once again, I got hired this time over the other times, and the only difference is this job was actually targeting military. But even though I'm not military, they still darn gonna miraculously hired me on. Now I'm 15 minutes from Fort Bragg. I don't have no parents in the Army, don't have no spouse in the Army, nor have I ever served in the Army. So once again, if you see military preferred, you do not have to be related in the military in any capacity. You don't need a spouse in the Army. You don't need to be a child of an Army soldier or whatnots. And you do not need to be working in the Army yourself. So still put in the application. Like I said, the simulation was very easy. You do have to somewhat mimic a call. You got to mimic, dealing with a customer service complaint. While also getting emails in from your manager. So you do a simulation of sorts to see how you go by dealing with multiple things at the same time. So that's a little bit of what to expect from the training. I mean, well, not the actual training, but the actual simulation to even get hired on. So once I passed all that, got my paperwork in, and I want to say all this was over a course of like a week and a half. So stuff was moving very fast. I got my training date, which was originally October 15th, but turns out that was not true. So here comes where, there was some push. I won't even say it was a pushback. It was an error altogether. They said the training was never scheduled for the 15th. And thank goodness, because it's like my computer, I did not hear nothing. This was what was having me scared. I got hired and everything. I got the confirmation emails. But then it came to, okay, they're going to ship out your product and then they're going to give you a tracking number. Okay, up to like 3 days before it supposed to arrive, I'm like, okay, it's the 12th. I have not heard nothing back from them yet. It wasn't until, I believe, the day before my training, the 14th, that I finally seen the tracking package, and it said it was coming overnight. I was like, oh shoot, I'm going to be darn going. I think I said I'm going to end up setting up my stuff the day of. And come to find out, on the training call, we had a training call on Wednesday and Thursday, and they told us that our packages will be arriving over a course of time. And I believe later on that same day, if I'm not mistaken, because once again, so much done happened so fast, I done lost track. But I received my monitor first because you end up getting 3 packages. You end up getting one with the monitor. You end up getting another one with the keyboard and all of that. The security key and all of that. And then the third one is the smaller one, which is like in a bubble wrap material, which just has your headset. So 3 packages arrived. And that's where I got confused at, because up until this point, they told me that it was going to be through a laptop. So I had no, I'm not thinking to really drastically change up my my room situation at all, because I was like, okay, it's a laptop. I can easily, still have my computer and stuff set up right now. I find out on the call that we had, it was a half-hour call giving us the gist of everything, the pay schedule. Surprisingly, this is another thing. It's weekly pay. I said, oh my God, y'all paying us $15 an hour and it's darn on weekly pay. Child, it's better than Conduent already. Conduent was like $13 an hour and was paying us bi-weekly. And then you have the week in the hole. Honey, she done told us the payday and everything. Our upcoming payday is the 29th. So I was like, child, they already got a step above Conduent already. And I don't have to learn nothing about Apple. Child, boom. Anybody who is looking for a job, I still get emails and stuff for people who's talking about other stuff to do outside of Conduent, honey. Next year, jump on Amazon. This is the seasonal position. Although they told us that they always hire for permanent positions year round, that you don't actually have to look for an advertisement. So that's one good thing to know. I did not know that. So you can actually go on the career, and which is what I'm going to be doing if they don't, decide to keep me. Because once we're done with training and stuff in the holiday season, then they make their determination of whether they want to keep certain folks or they're going to let you go. And then, it's at will employment. So if you do not want to stay for whatever reason outside of the holiday, you can terminate as well. Now, you do got to keep your boxes, which I done slid mine underneath the bed. So that's one thing to know as well. Do not throw the boxes away under any circumstances. They got the return labels. Once you set your stuff up, put them under the bed, put them in the closet. If you got a house with a garage, put them in the garage or whatnot. But make sure you keep... Now, as far as the one where the headset comes in, I don't think you need to keep that, because that didn't come in a box. That actually came in like a plastic thing. So if you return that, you can easily just go to UPS and they can, put it in a wrap thing or whatnot. I wish I would have saved it so y'all can know what I'm talking about. Like, it's like a bubble wrap or whatnot. But it did not come in a box. But as far as where your monitor and your keyboard and stuff, keep those 2 boxes. So like I said, got hired, got the training information, all this, that, and third. Was thrown off by the fact that I was expecting a monitor instead of a laptop. And now here comes the monitor. Now, if y'all seen my original video, y'all seen that it's 23 inches. It's bigger than my current monitor. And this is what the setup is now looking like. And it's not as drastic as I thought it was going to be. Now, mind y'all, my room is small. My room is small. And I got to get rid of my phone now. I got to go ahead and replace it with a cordless phone. My phone is on the floor. Don't y'all judge me. Don't y'all judge me. But this is what my setup is looking like. Once again, don't y'all judge me. Don't y'all judge me. We got to make do what it do now. So this is the work monitor right here. This the headset. This the little blue security key and everything else that you got to put in. And this is my regular computer over here. And at first I thought unhook the darn on Ethernet cord from the main modem, and I got to disable my own computer in the meantime. But the way that my stuff is set up, I can actually have both of them plugged in at the same. So, because at first it was not working for me, and I was like, what in the world did I do wrong? And then they actually sent us 2 power bricks. The first one didn't work, and I had the first power brick in, so I had to replace the power brick But this is my setup. So I got both of my Ethernet cords connected in here. My personal computer and the work computer. And I'm able to connect 3 more devices via that. And you know, Spectrum, just in case anybody is wondering. So if you are with Spectrum and you had that issue where you thought you had to plug it into the main modem and it was not working, that's the issue. You got to plug it into the actual other thing over there. You don't plug it into the main modem. But at first, I didn't think you plugging into that one because I said, that's the Wi-Fi. But even though it sends out the Wi-Fi signal, if you plug the Ethernet thing in there, it connects the actual device that you're connecting to the actual Ethernet. They do send you an Ethernet cord, which is 6 feet long, which was more than enough for me because as you can tell, my modem and stuff is in my bedroom. If your modem is not nowhere near your workstation, they encourage that you actually have it set up, your workstation set up very close to it. But if you can't do that, they encourage you to go to any store like Best Buy, Walmart, and you can get a longer Ethernet cord and do that. Some people actually had to go and get a cord in the midst of training. Now, this is where stuff was interesting again. So training, this is the first time I've ever had a training on a call. Now, I'm used to doing a Google Hangouts, a Zoom, or already having your computer set up, and then you going in for training, logging into the system. No. We actually had to spend 6 hours on the phone, which you do get paid for. You don't get paid for the half-hour training video, you know, the briefing of what to expect. Because, once again, they got a half-hour training call, which is optional, that is non-paid. But the first day, which was the 18th, the day, not the 15th. So, once again, they sent out tons of emails reminding everybody that training is not Friday. Because we was all under the belief that training was Friday. It was the day. And that was a blessing for me because, honey, that gave me an extra day to work my other darn on side gig, you know, Lyft, and darn gonna stack up my money for the week. Just in time because a girl darn gonna got a nail in her tire, and child, now I got to come out of pocket $300 for a set of darn on 2 tires. So it's like, ugh. But thank God they Jiffy Lube put a spare on for now, and I don't have to worry about that for at least a month. But anyways, yeah, we got on the training call. I dialed in, and we're going over the paper and stuff, and I wish I could have showed. See, I should have kept everything out, but see, Monday is my wash days as well, so as soon as the training was over, honey, D1 got this hair together, and, you know, it's a wrap from there. Hence why I got this bonnet on, because I know y'all thinking, why is she darn gonna up here talking to us with a bonnet? The day is wash day. Anybody who's black with natural hair, y'all know how it is. It takes us, you know, quite a bit of time to shingle and all that good stuff. So for all my non-black people, that's why, you know, sister got a bonnet on over here. But anyways, back to the darn on training. Training was from 9 to 3. That's our training hours. Like I said, very reasonable. But this is where stuff got confusing after a while. What I thought would have been the most confusing for me was the easiest, because I thought I was going to have a hell of a time setting this up. Like, I've never had to set up a computer on a tower like this. So I was like, oh my goodness, this is going to confuse me. And that's why I was halfway tempted to go ahead and do it in advance. But they say they're going to pay us for it. And thank goodness I waited, because the simple stuff is what I was confused on. Like, I was like, okay, where do I put this little security key? And I was like, and matter of fact, let me show you the other one, because they gave us 2 of them. And then the way that the pictures was, y'all know I'm very, I'm a visual person. So it's like, I'm best at seeing stuff. Like, you can tell me all day long, but I'm better as a visual. So this is what the security key looks like. And on the picture, it made it seem like you just put the whole thing in here. Now, my dipsy behind did not know that it actually, you know, you take this part off and you got the USB. So let me go ahead and show y'all with this one. Uh-oh. Y'all know I got nails, so you take this off and you got the USB. Now I know some of y'all is gonna be like, oh, that's common sense. No, it's not, because on the darn paper that they showed us, they showed the whole thing like this, going towards the inside of the darn desktop. So they didn't show it with the darn USB off. They didn't show it like this. They showed it like this. So once again, me being very, direct, I'm plugging it in like this and like this. I was like, why isn't it working? Honey, thank goodness they gave us a video. So once they showed us the video, honey, shout out to our trainers. Because, honey, without that video, I would have been stuck like Chuck. Also, another thing, since you're on the phone for 6 hours, it is best that you also have another computer, laptop, or a tablet. And thank goodness I recently purchased this Samsung Galaxy A7 tablet right here. Honey, if it wasn't for this tablet, I would have been darn on real stuck like Chuck. But with my phone, what I did is I hooked this up with the hotspot, and because I temporarily knocked my darn on internet out because I done unplugged the Ethernet and everything else from the Wi-Fi. So I hooked up my darn on hotspot and had the video playing and everything. And then that's when it showed me that you're supposed to take the darn thing out of here and then plug it in. And then everything was smooth sailing from there, or so I thought. So now comes the setup process. So you got to log into the VPN, and you wouldn't think that it would be so difficult to log into a VPN. But for whatever reason, VPNs always be giving us trouble because it's not as simple as just the regular VPNs for your regular computers. Like whenever it's these work from home jobs, honey, this word sugar honey iced tea hits the fan. It's never a dull moment. Expect the VPN to give you trouble. You got to go through so many different processes and stuff. And I'm not going into details because once again, there's only so much that I can reveal. And I definitely can't show y'all nothing. Security reasons, I can't show you the computer on. But they did not say anything about me not being able to show the computer. So I just can't show you, obviously, proprietary information. I can't show you the actual systems and stuff we use, so you got to bear with me on this. But yeah, you got to choose your state that's closest to you. And of course, they did not have North Carolina. But here's the catch-22. The state that's closest to you, the VPN might not be working efficiently, and it was not for me. But before I even got to that step, and that was like step 17 or 25, there's 25 steps that you got to go through. And that's after you set up the computer and all that, which ironically, the computer setup was the most easiest. I thought that was going to be the most hardest. And then there's 33 people in our group and 2 instructors. So everybody's on the phone trying to get their say in. And the problem with me is, y'all know I have a condition called agoraphobia. I have a fear of darn going, embarrassing situations and, large crowds. I didn't think that would be an issue on the phone, but it started to be because it's like everybody getting their word and stuff in. I'm not the most boisterous person unless I'm singing, because y'all know I am a darn going contralto, honey. I'm a dramatic contralto, so I can get up there in the octaves, honey. Woo! But, outside of singing and outside of being pissed off and yelling, I'm very soft-spoken. And, I got a mid-deep, raspy tone voice, as you can tell. So, it's like with everybody else quickly jumping in, honey, I couldn't get a word in edgewise. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to sit back in the cut. I'm just going to listen. So if you like me, be prepared to listen. Listen. Honey, I said I can sing, but I ain't no Beyonce, honey. I can only sing just a little bit, honey, but I ain't no Queen Bee. But anyways, I could not darn go and get my voice across either. So I said, they're going to either call on me eventually or whatnot. I tried to send an email to a no avail. I said, well, shoot, let me send an email to see if they can darn go get to me, honey. Needless to say, we end up having a lunch break around 12:30. We get two 15-minute breaks in our training in a half hour. I think the half hour is unpaid and the 15 minutes breaks are paid, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, yeah. Come back from darn going break. Because even during the break, folks was trying to still jump and ask questions, so I still couldn't get no time in them. Because I know y'all want to say, well, why didn't you just ask them on your break? That's why. Other folks was still darn going jumping in. So other people managed to get into the system. Honey, I'm still stuck like Chuck. I can't log into nothing. I don't know what to push or anything. I didn't get the email in a timely manner. Like, nobody got the emails that we supposed to got for our PIN numbers. And that's another thing. Certain things require a PIN number and a combination of your security key, which you press the blue thing that I showed y'all. When you plug it into your computer, when you press your PIN number, at the same time, you also got to put your finger on the security key. And no, it's not fingerprint recognition. So don't think you got to use a specific fingerprint. It's like just touch the security key. And then it creates a generated password for you. Every time for certain systems. And then other times you need to use the PIN the password that you created. The password is always different from the PIN. And then other stuff that require the PIN password combination is going to require it's not going to be, when it says PIN password combination, it's not the password you created. It's a combination of the PIN number plus tapping the security key. Yeah. Once again, it gets very technical, honey. The confusion of it all. But honey, that was not even what was confusing me the most. Like I said, what was most stressful is trying to get to the darn one, getting the answer or whatnot. So be prepared for, if you're soft spoken, if you're not the most boisterous person, if you're not extroverted, honey, and you get lost, honey, it's going to take you some time for them to get to you. But they eventually called upon me. And then this the thing, once they told me, I was good. And let me show you how far I was behind. Like, there's 25 pages of stuff to go from. Other folks was on page 17. Once she finally got to me, within like a matter of 20 minutes, I done already got up to page 24. And everybody else has just got to page 22. So I done surpassed the folks that was originally 17 pages ahead of me. So that goes to show, once you darn go and give me the visual or explain something in very intricate detail, honey, I'm able to darn go and jump on it like that. So that's what I was doing the whole time. Although there were certain times where people kept repeating certain steps, and since I didn't know what stuff was, honey, my behind darn gonna lay down on this darn gonna bed, child. I'm on the phone with the speaker on the whole time. I'm just laying on the bed just saying, someday they going to call on me. Honey, I said someday they going to call on me, damn it. And sure enough, she darn gonna finally called upon your girl. So after they done finally called upon your girl, we darn gonna get to the final step. Step by step. And then here we go with roadblock again. So when you get to the final page, you then got to be into the darn going to the proprietary software. I don't even think I'm allowed to even call the software name, so I'm not even going to say it. But yeah, needless to say, I never joined in with the others. So after lunch, 20 some people out of the 33 were able to get in, and it was me and like 10 other people who was left for the whole duration, for the most part, with the other trainer trying to get the stuff right. And I think it's still 3 people who still ain't got their stuff, they passwords and stuff. It gets even more darn gone convoluted because some people's stuff did not arrive in a timely manner, or they stay in like an apartment, one of those fancy apartment complexes, not no apartment in the hood, but one of those fancy apartments where you have a how can I say it? I never lived in an apartment like this, but the apartment where the main office actually takes your mail and stuff, like if you have a large, box like a laptop or something, or a desktop that can't fit in your mailbox, they leave it at the front leasing office or something like that. So yeah, some people's mail, they got some of their stuff in the mailbox, and since UPS didn't come to their door, they thought that the package never arrived. Some people found out later on in the training that they actually got their package at their leasing office, or whatnot. Thank God I don't have to deal with that type of drama. Thank goodness all my stuff arrived. But if you in that type of situation, yeah, be prepared to, if they might have your mail, your laptop, your desktop at the darn on leasing office. See, I keep saying laptop because they originally posted, from what the email said, sent us a laptop. I don't know if they changed up, but they gave me a 23-inch monitor. I ain't mad at them, honey. And thank goodness I had the space for it. I was so scared that I was having to rearrange everything, but surprisingly, I did not even need a tower or whatnot. So like everything, the little, I guess the tower thing, it slide into the back of the monitor or whatnot. So I guess this is like considered an all-in-one. And I did have something similar to this with the computer, the Mac that Apple, not Apple, but Conduit sent me. But I did not have to slide anything into the back. Now that threw me for a loop as well. When I had to slide the little tower thingy in the back of it. Once again, I'm not no computer savvy person. I'm trying my best to articulate it the best I can. But yeah, y'all, that is what to expect on the first day. In a nutshell. So 6 hours, and I was one of the few that spent the entire 6 hours with the main person trying to get stuff together. They finally got me logged into the software just at 3:03 when everybody was closing up. So I was just in the nick of time, because at that point everybody else was still talking and trying to get their stuff across. And I was only able to get a word in about like every 45 minutes to an hour and a half or whatnot. So like I've only spoke like 4 or 5 times throughout the whole 6 hours, for a total of like 2 minutes. 2 to 3 minutes out of a 6 hours. Honey, I felt like darn Marion Williamson on the darn debate stage, honey. Y'all know how the debates had Marion Williamson only speaking like 4 minutes out of 2 hours. Honey, that's how I felt. I said out of 6 hours, I was only able to get 2 minutes in. Ain't that's about a blimp, y'all. But once again, within those 2 minutes, I was able to get everything done. So that goes to show that it ain't too extremely difficult. If I was able to still get it together after, only getting 2.5 minutes times of, to speak, 2.5 minutes worth of time to speak or whatnot, y'all should be fairly all right. And like I said, if you're boisterous, if you're somebody that's able to quickly jump in and get your point across, honey, you shouldn't have no problems at all either. And if you computer savvy, a little bit more and familiar with, systems and stuff, you probably wouldn't have no issues in it. But for somebody who's a complete novice like me, and don't think because you work multiple work from home jobs that this gets any easier, because each work from home job, they all got their own different system that you got to use. So like I said, it don't get easier with the darn going time, honey. Although your memory index, you get more comfortable. You're not as overwhelmed. I was more stressed by the fact that I wasn't able to really converse with anybody. And I'm glad that now that I'm in the system, I'm going to be able to now type my response in. That's where I'm more better at. Because it's like, let me send you an email. Let me send you a typing, because it's like, unless I'm in a debate, I don't like, back and forth with multiple people, like trying to struggle to get my point across. Like, unless we're having a political based discussion or a commentary discussion where I'm trying to get my point across in a debate like format, I don't need to be trying to struggle to get nobody's attention. And that's what it was, because once again, it's 33 of us on this phone call, all trying to get our points across. Trying to get our questions, answers, and everything else. I was like, ugh, it was too overwhelming for me. So yeah, that was the only irritating thing. Like I said, I had enough time to take a half-hour nap listening to the folks get their questions across, and this was outside of the break. Now, once again, they couldn't penalize me for that because this is the first day of training, and technically I was still on the phone waiting, just waiting, just waiting the darn for my turn to come. And it finally did. And like I said, 2.5 minutes worth of speaking time out of 6 hours. I finally got my stuff set up. They got me in the nick of time. So that is what my first day was at Amazon. So I will keep y'all updated on the rest of the week. I'm not going to do a day by day unless something drastic happens that warrants me, coming back early. But I'm going to go ahead and finish out this week. And then I'm going to give you my whole week review because I want to get a few days in to see what the actual training was like. Because this whole first day was just dedicated to, setting up the computer and stuff. Tomorrow we actually will log in officially to the VPN and go to our, training classroom or whatnot. And then I would expect things to be easier because then I think they actually got the icons where you can raise your hand. You can type in your questions and it's going to be a lot more organized. So it's only the first day that it's going to be very hectic through the call. So I don't want nobody thinking that it's going to be like that every single day. So no. And the tedious process that we had to do, that was a one-time thing as well. They said that once we get on tomorrow, it's just as simple as clicking on the VPN and just joining the actual classroom, and that's it. And like I said, I don't know nothing about the training and whatnot thus far that'll come with actually getting into the training. Because like I said, this whole day was just getting us set up. So tomorrow, I guess we will go over introductions, and because none of us really got to introduce ourselves and really tell, say where we from and like that, all that good stuff. So I imagine tomorrow be like some brief introductions and, getting us acclimated to what Amazon is and all this, that, and the third. And then as the week go by, I will give y'all a week update, a 2-week update, and so forth. So that is it, y'all. If y'all have any additional questions about what to expect on your first day with Amazon, leave it down below. Oh, yeah, I need to random, but I noticed that my lips definitely need some exfoliating. It's the esthetician in me, y'all. I notice little minuscule things like that. I know, so random, y'all, so random. But anyways, if you have any questions about the first day with Amazon, what to expect that I did not cover, feel free to leave it down below. If this video was helpful, feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see y'all soon with more Amazon videos.